If you're like Seto Kaiba and you want to screw the rules, stay tuned. G'day fellas, welcome back, and we are going to talk about Blue Eyes White Dragon deck and using the skill Ultimate Blue Eyes. We're just going to jump into that right now, shall we? Ultimate Dragons is a skill you get from just unlocking Seto Kaiba. You begin the duel with 3 additional fusion monsters. We have 1 Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, 1 Neos Blue Eyes Ultimate, and 1 Twin Burst Dragon, which is generally the most commonly summoned fusion monster that we play. Pretty much what happens by turn 3, if you have 2 Blue Eyes monsters in your hand, you can reveal both of them and then get a polymerization from outside the deck into your hand, and then use that as you will. Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon is a normal monster that requires 3 Blue Eyes. Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon requires 3 Blue Eyes monsters as well. If it's the only face-up monster on the field, it can continue attacking as long as you keep sending Blue Eyes fusion material monsters from your extra deck to the graveyard. And Twin Burst Dragon can attack twice in 2 monsters in a row. Also cannot be destroyed by battle. Pretty much Twin Burst Dragon is the most common one that we'll be using into. Also to keep in mind, you can contact fusion into it as well. Anyway, going back to the deck, we have our Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, 3 Stones of Ancients, 1 Spirit of White, 3 Sages, 1 Stone of Legend, 3 Blue Eyes, 3 Cards of Continents, 1 Ancient Rules, 2 Raigeki Breaks, and 3 Karma Cuts. Now, the back row in this deck is really important, and most of the back row that you play in this deck must have a discard outlet. The reason why is because White Stone of Ancient says at the end of your turn, if it's in the graveyard, you can special summon a Blue Eyes from your deck. So you would want to play your face downs, you set your monster, set your traps, pass turn, they summon a monster, you Karma Cut them, they set back row, you Raigeki Break them. If you have Divine Wraths or Ultimate Providence, you can use this too. This says when a monster effect is activated, discard a card, negate the activation. Again, another discard outlet. It's very important to do that. You could even use Lightning Vortex if you like, but I do recommend at least 5 cards in your deck that requires a discard in order to get the most amount of efficiency out of your White Stone of Ancients. Sage with Eyes of Blue is another staple. This says when you normal summon it, you can search your deck for a Dragon Tuner put into your hand, which will either be your Ancients or your Stone of Legend. Then using Cards of Consonance, discard a Dragon type tuner, draw 2 cards. This goes in the graveyard, you draw 2 cards, end of turn, special summon a Blue Eyes. You see what I mean? Spirit of White is a back row remover, which is very, very good. When it comes into play, banish a back row. Ancient Rules, special summon a level 5 normal monster. Dragon Spirit of White is considered a normal monster in your hand, so you still can special summon this as well. White Stone of Legend says when this goes into the graveyard, search your deck for a Blue Eyes and put into your hand. This helps us trigger the skill. So if you don't want to, if you play the Sage and you don't want to get the Ancients, you search for the Stone of Legend. You get your Cards of Constance, draw 2 cards, search for Blue Eyes. Another little trick with Sage of Eyes of Blue is that if you have an effect monster on the field, you can discard this card, tribute that monster, and special summon a Blue Eyes from your deck. So again, what you can do, you can normal summon the Ancients, discard Eyes of Blue, tribute the Ancients, special summon a Blue Eyes, end turn, special summon another Blue Eyes. Could be a Spirit of White to get rid of some back row. Or you could play Stone of Legend, discard tribute, special summon Blue Eyes, get another Blue Eyes from your hand, then you go into the Ultimate Dragon skill. Fantastic. Let's go towards, that's pretty much with the main deck, man. I will go straight into the Astra deck. We are playing 1 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon as addition to what is the skill, puts 1 in our deck as well. As I said, we can have some contactless fusion, which plays a big part. Also, it adds material and fodder for our Neos Blue Eyes. Every time you can make an additional attack for X amount of Blue Eyes fusion cards you have in your extra deck, which will have 3. So it can make 3 attacks, and it's got 4,500 attack. An ideal deck will have 2 Blue Eyes Spirit Dragons. I only have 1. Look, I haven't come up in a situation where I needed the second one, but an optimal deck would have 2. This negates effects in the graveyard once a turn. Also, you can tribute itself and special summon a dragon type synchro monster from your extra deck, which is generally the Azurize. Azurize says all your dragons are untargetable or cannot be destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. Also, during your standby phase, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes from your graveyard into play. So, phenomenal card. There's a reason why it is limited 1. The most common card you will play is Vermilion Dragon Mech. It's a level 9. You will play your Blue Eyes or your Blue Eyes alternative White Dragon. Then you'll play a tuner. You'll pop a monster on the field with the alternative dragon. Synchro into Vermilion Dragon. Vermilion Dragon says pop any card on the field. That's 2 pops in 1 turn. And then you go for the attack. So that's a general very common play. Going back, let's just go to the little XE monster here, the Sylvan Princess Sprite. This is to unclog yourself if you only pick up tuners. It requires 2 level 1 monsters. You can detach 1 material from this card, excavate the top card of your deck. If it's a spell or trap card, put it to your hand, which is good. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. Now, what we do, all this is really doing is unclogging the field if we have too many tuners, and B, we're going to use the Stone of Ancients as material. It's a way of getting the Ancients inside the graveyard. That's the material we're going to be removing from the XE monster. So therefore, at the end of the turn, we will special summon a Blue Eyes from the deck. Heliopolis is a must in this deck. You must have a Heliopolis. This requires 2 level 8 monsters. Once per turn, detach a material from this card. Tribute any number of monsters from your hand or side of the field. Then destroy the equal number of cards on the field. This is good because, again, it sends the Ancients to the field. It sends the Stone of Legend from field or hand to the graveyard. You're destroying their cards, and at the end of the turn, you are getting Blue Eyes from your deck. So these are very, very powerful cards. I have got a Thunder End Dragon here. This is 2 level 8 normal monsters. Once per turn, detach a material from it and destroy all other monsters on the field. This is just like a good nuke. This has its position. You can take it, you can remove it and put in a Michael. Michael is a level 7. You can't naturally synchro into it from using Blue Eyes cards and tuners. However, you can use Spirit Dragon to tribute itself to special summon the Michael. Michael says pay 1,000 life points and banish any card on the field. So it really depends on what your meta is like. If you think you need the Michael, go for the Michael. If you have a second spirit, I would suggest putting the second spirit in over the Thunder End Dragon. One thing I did not get into was Ancients. When it's in the graveyard, you can actually banish it from the graveyard and then return a Blue Eyes from the graveyard back to your hand. That also counts for alternative Blue Eyes Dragon and also Dragon Spirit of White. And also, so you can use Blue Eyes in your hand to discard with Raigeki Break, Karma Card, Divine Wrath, Ultimate Providence. Then the following turn, you remove the Ancients from your graveyard. You get the Blue Eyes from your hand back into your the graveyard back into your hand, and then you can use Ultimate Dragons on your turn 3 or above. So this is a great little side effect there too. Well, that pretty much sums up Blue Eyes. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you are a Blue Eyes player and you see something I don't have that you have, please comment on the below and tell me. And if you like what you see, press subscribe, leave a comment. Also, join Twitch, Yami Stevo. I stream Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sundays. And join the Discord as well. You'll see the schedule there and also our tournament that I host every Sunday evening. So jump in that. You'll be part of the community. It's fantastic. We're a lovely group of people. And yeah, enjoy the replays.